Hi, today what we're going to do is we're going to rebuild my old glass crusher, recycler, whatever you want to call it. That's this right here. And we're going to replace this metal bowl with a piece of steel pipe that Sean got for me. The reason I'm doing this is, I don't know if you can see this, but this bowl has been well used and actually has holes starting to come through the side of it from grinding glass. So I've also, my last video, I had a number of people ask about how did I attach all of this, and I'll show you that one on this video. And as I take everything apart, I'm going to use a lot of the parts from here. I'm basically going to build everything with what you see right here at the table. I'll start taking this apart. There we go. So, right there's the old bowl. Like I said, it's pretty well hammered. Okay, probably not going to reuse that. It's my base plate, also many holes. And then this is just a angle grinder, same one from before, picked it up at the thrift store. And we will definitely be reusing that. Make sure that still fits on there. Yep. So this is the cutter blade, or what I call the cutter blade. It's just bolted on two little chain links. I don't know if you can see that. Those are pretty well worn down, so I'm going to replace those. I've got a lot of chain, this old tire chain here, and I'm just going to replace those. I'm hoping to use a different flange, but it's the wrong size, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just go ahead and use this again. I'll also grind this down slightly so that it fits a little bit better in my my new pipe. And I'm also going to cut the pipe because this is more than what I actually need, and I want to save some of this pipe maybe for other projects. This pipe. So the easiest way to measure and mark a round object, I've found anyway, is I just take a piece of paper, one that wraps all the way around, and I literally wrap this puppy around, line the edges up, just like that. I got a little bit of a gap, but that's fine. Okay, and then I can just take my, in this case, chalk, and trace along. Turn that so you can see it a little bit better. Holding my paper. This does not have to be precise. It's going to get ground down, and I'm going to make grooves in it anyway. Okay. So this is the part I'm going to cut off, and that's the part that I'm going to keep. Best part. And clamp these suckers to the table. Okay. Putting on my eyes. And my ears. So you'll notice this has been moving around a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw this down so that it stops moving quite so easily. There we go. Right. Okay. Alright, much better. Alright, so now what I need to do is find out what size boards I want, and the reason that I'm using boards instead of metal is because that's what I have. I don't have any metal of this size, so it's going to be 3/4 inch plywood. So I want to leave enough room for a flange, a good solid, so 2 inches, so 9, 10, so 11 inches by 11 inches. Should work, and I've got a couple pieces of 3/4 inch that I'm going to cut. Alright, so now I've got 2 pieces 3/4 inch plywood. And that's going to be the top and the bottom. So it'll go like this. then I'll drill a hole, and then that will fit my grinder. That'll go straight through there like that. Alright, I'm going to mark where the bolts right here go to hold everything together. Alright, and I'll go drill those. Alright, holes drilled, and that's how it's going to go. And then that will sit on there. Okay. Alright. Alright, holes are all drilled, and you'll notice I only drilled 3 holes, and that's specifically so that when I'm lining it up, I found on the old one that it was so much easier if there's only 3 holes. That means it really can only go together one way rather than try and figure out which direction it goes every single time. And it's going to look okay, it'll look like that. Let's go ahead and grab a bolt. Basically like that, you kind of get the idea. I still have to cut the round piece that holds everything in place, but that's the idea. Alright, I've got the 2 plugs cut. And these will go on the inside here so that they hold the pipe in. They fit just like that. Now one of them I have to put a hole in directly in the center. And the easiest way to do that, I'll show you, is to take and mark it. Out of the way and just okay, to find the center, and then I'm just simply going to cut this out. Okay, now that I've got that, all you do is you fold this in half. Okay. There, and then fold it in half again. Right there, and then when you unfold it, you have the exact center of the circle. And then simply do this, and what I'm going to do is put a little hole here. Right there is the center, and I'm going to drill that. Be right back. Right there. That goes just like that. Voila! And then, if you can see that right through, and then this will punch right through like that. So now I'm just going to put the top on, so we're going to go and do that. And this is just so I can get everything lined up right. Alright, where's the metal? So definitely an issue here. Alright, so you can see I've got sort of a problem here. My bolts are not long enough. So what I'm going to do, because I don't have any more bolts, is I'm going to countersink these just slightly, just enough so I can get the wing nut on the other side. Alright, let's try that again. So you can see I've countersunk these. And that should be just enough so that I can get my bolts in. And it doesn't help that this one board is warped. I see what's going on. Puppy is still not going to go. And don't mind the lights flashing because we're about to lose power. The wind is howling. All right, so I just need to line everything up just slightly. I've got my persuader. Okay. Okay. And that's sucked down nice and tight. So what we're gonna do, there we go. That's why we have 3 holes. Okay, there's the basic. So the next step is to attach this to the base. Alright, so that didn't work the first time because I had the other bracket on upside down. Doesn't work real good when you do it that way. So now you can see I got the bracket turned right back around. And there we go, that's what we need because we got to be able to trigger. Okay. Now that everything works, next step is to build the new blade and then replace. So we're going to attach this right here and replace these 2 pieces of chain link so that we can get a little bit more grinding power out of it. That means we take it back apart again after we unplug it. There we go. There we go. So this is where so that's where that's going to go. All right, so we've got the blade back on. I don't know if you can really see that. We're going to try it with a test run plug back in. I'm not going to put the bottom on for just a second, just to see how it runs. Couple little sparks, but that's this flying around, so. That's okay, we can live with that. So that will wear itself down just in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take it back off again and tighten those down. And then we should be good to start putting it back together for the last time. This is my new glass grinding setup. I just rebuilt this grinder. There's another video that I'm working on and I'll post how I made it. But this is how it works. First thing, 2 just regular old glass bottles. You do want relatively small pieces for this. Originally I had these bolted on, that's what the holes are for, but what I found is it's actually a lot sturdier and faster to just use clamps. There's 3 clamps. Okay, tip it up. Okay. And pull that off carefully. And that's what you end up with, is a very, very fine powder. Now there are some glass shards still left in that. So what I do, dump it out. I've got my bucket. What did I do with my strainer? Doesn't it? Strainer. And then anything that doesn't go through the strainer, you can see there, just goes right back into the grinder.